So we're going to take a look at how we actually diagram a sentence of positive. I'm trying to get my marker to work here, and something has happened to it. There you go. Anyway, so how we diagram a sentence of positive. Sorry for that. So my sentence of positive sitting here, which is a true treat for the students. So I want to build the rest of this sentence first and then add in this true treat for the students. I also notice I have an absolute phrase in this one, so I'm going to mark him as blue, and his pants seams splitting with each high kick and toe tap. So that leaves me with the main sentence about Mr. Doherty. So I'm going to do him in a different color, and I'll do him in green. So I'm going to build it here. So I'm going to say Mr. Doherty. He danced, and he danced a jig. And then he danced and jig. It's an old jig. My screen keeps moving a little bit. Something weird's going on here. And then it's an Irish jig. So flatten the word Irish jig. He danced for his classes on St. Patrick's Day. So he danced for classes, his classes. Ooh, hello. Not sure what's going on here. And he danced on St. Patrick's Day. Treated as all one big name. If you want to separate it, you certainly can. Now I'm going to move into my absolute phrase, which we know how to do now, which is his pants seams splitting. So I've got to anchor to my noun. So my noun I'm anchoring to is seams. It's his seams. It's pants seams. And they are splitting. And they're splitting with really creative W I just drew there, with two things, with each kick, high kick, and I think it is and I'll put the word each here to kind of be shared, each high kick and each tap. And it's a toe tap. All right, so that's our absolute phrase. Once again, an absolute phrase has a noun, but it has no, I'm not sure why I put a big space between the B and the S, but there you go. Let's see if I can erase that. As a noun, but has no verb with it. But I want to focus then also on this sentence of positive. So the sentence of positive sitting here, a true treat for the students. Well, it's a noun that's basically being used as a positive for the whole sentence. So I've got to anchor to my noun, and my main noun here is treat. So let's put treat here. Once again, find some space for it, and then start building words underneath it. It's going to be a treat. It's a true treat, and it's a treat for students. It looks a lot like an absolute phrase, doesn't it? Because I have a floating noun and words underneath it. But here's the difference. The seams are not renaming Mr. Doherty dancing the jig. But what's the treat? The treat is not just to be the jig, but the fact that Mr. Doherty danced a jig on St. Patrick's Day. This whole thing is a treat. And that whole thing is the appositive. And so the sentence appositive floats, but it has these huge parentheses, which we call clouds, separating it from the rest of the sentence. And that is our sentence appositive right there. Thanks for listening.